Hey friends, so tonight, once again, I'm doing house projects, woot woot, and working on selling my home. Anyways, so the pros and cons for tonight we're going to talk about is the pros and cons of homemade pancakes versus store mixed pancakes. Growing up, I always had the homemade pancakes. My mom would always make whole wheat pancakes from scratch. And the only time I'd ever have pancakes from the mix was camping with my aunts and uncles. And so we decided to write this blog and find out which ones were really better for you in the long run. So a big pro for homemade pancakes is if you get them right, they are exceptionally good. You can alter them in tons of ways. You can put buttermilk with them, or you can do honey, or you can do yogurt or walnuts. You can do whole wheat, you can do rice flour, wheat flour, half and half. You really can do whatever you want with homemade pancakes, which is a huge benefit for homemade pancakes. With mix from the store, you usually only have a few options. You have like buttermilk, that's usually made from white flour. There's protein pancakes that you can buy. They're really pricey though. So like the normal mix pancakes that you buy, there's not as many options. In saying that, you can also, another option is you can make protein pancakes homemade. In doing calculations, we thought that homemade pancakes would be cheaper, but come to find out, store pancake mix is less expensive than making your own pancakes. So that's a big pro for store pancakes. Usually things that are store-bought are more expensive, but for some reason, pancakes are not that case. I think for me, another con for store pancakes is I think they tend to stop my kids up more. That's weird to say, but they're just a bunch, it feels like you're just eating a lot of white flour that just gets stuck inside you. So we can't have a lot of pancakes if they are from the mix. Pro to homemade pancakes is you can use the ingredients that are like sitting on your shelf. Like even you can use expired milk in your pancakes because it's pretty much just buttermilk or sour milk, and it tastes great. It cooks the bad part off, as I've been told from my mom. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure, but we have never died from it and it's pretty good. That's a big pro, is you use up all your ingredients. I'm sure a lot of people that have random bags of flour, sugar, all of the essential things that are just lying around and never get used. And so pancakes is a great way to use them. A pro for store pancakes is it's super easy. You just add a little bit of water and you have pancakes. And sometimes I add chocolate chips too, because who doesn't like chocolate chip pancakes? Anyways, so that's a big pro for store pancakes, is it literally takes 2 minutes. It's one of our favorite dinners, especially mine, because I have very little cleanup or prep work and everyone loves pancakes. A con for store pancakes is I feel like you're not as rewarded. I love feeling like I've made a really good dinner for my family and that I've tried really hard at making something healthy and enjoyable and cheap. And when I use store mix, maybe it's just how I've been raised, but I kind of feel a little lazy. It's probably a good thing to have a break sometimes, but for me, I rather put in the work to make the best possible meal for my family, and buying a mix from the store is not that case. For us, we like to have fancy Sunday breakfasts, and it's hard to make a fancy breakfast and get ready for church at the same time. So the pancake mix from the store has saved many mornings from being late to church because it's so quick. In general, I think the store pancakes just turn out better more often. You don't have to worry about if it's gonna work out, or if it's gonna be too runny or too thick, or not puff up enough, or puff up too much, or be too dense, and that can go on and on and on. Home pancakes tend to have a lot of problems. Just like anything homemade, you have to be really cautious on following ingredients, and I am very bad at that. So that's a big con for homemade pancakes, as well as that's a big pro for store pancakes, is they will turn out with very little work. So there's a few pros and cons. Let us know if there's any other pros and cons that you want us to do in video or article. I will post in the description below the article information on the pros and cons of pancakes, and you can look at the chart and the math that we've done for the cost of homemade pancakes versus store pancakes. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thanks. Bye.